Sweet.
All right, I should probably do an intro because I keep forgetting. Hey, welcome to Me and Puke. I'm Jake. I'm here with
Jackson.
And we got a very special guest.
It's me, Kevin.
It's Kevin from Pulses.
He's also been on the show a few times.
Yeah,
That's true.
Former co-host, one of the best in the game, Kevin. Had to bring him back for the album of the year discussion. Just because we all know Kevin's taste is top tier. Top tier stuff.
I appreciate that.
Of course. So, we're going to do it a lot more chill this year than last year. If you listened last year, we did a very strict top 5 albums list that Jackson barely adhered to.
Yeah.
This year, we're going to be talking singles, EPs, albums in a really more relaxed list. We're just going to take turns, say some of our faves. If they overlap a little bit, we'll all talk about it. It'll be good fun. Just talking about our favorite music. No hating today, people. We're gonna beat the hater allegations, Jackson. We're gonna beat them.
No bottom 5s, no nothing. This is all
Yeah.
stuff we all like.
No Avenged Sevenfold, no Metallica.
Yeah.
From Cloud Chaser. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, Cloud Chaser. The Cloud Chaser ones are good. There is one good Metallica album this year, actually. So, do we want to go me, you, Kev? Is that a good order? Or should we go JKJ, JJK, KJJ?
I think you're overthinking this.
JKJ, but Jackson.
Okay, how about we let the guest go first?
J.K. Simmons.
JK. Okay, Kev. Jackson wants you to start us off. Let's do it.
Sure.
These singles.
Yep, singles.
Okay. So I have to start. If I'm going to start, I'm going to start with the one that's on my shirt right now.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Darting Eyes.
Yes.
With Sails Ahead. Definitely major single of the year.
With Sails Ahead, I got to rep this shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got the Pulses shirt.
Which is great.
I
still love it.
He needs a new Pulses shirt.
It's
Is it
okay.
fading?
I'm probably washing it wrong, to be quite honest. I don't read the instructions.
There was a Pokemon on there, right?
A Pokemon. It was a pigeon.
It's a little
It was a
pigeon.
pigeon?
It's a type. You know, if you think of the world in a certain way.
A Pidgeymon.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Pidgeymon.
I knew it had some.
Either way.
Yeah. Darting
With
Eyes.
Sails Ahead, though. Darting
Yeah.
Eyes. Great ass song. I liked it a lot. Had the pleasure of hearing it for the first time live on the tour with them. Blew me away. Like that double bass section during the chorus is just like
It's hard.
powerful.
Oh,
like I was just like, whoa, when I first heard it. So every time it breaks, I love it. It's a really good song. Everybody's like on 10, each band member. So
Yeah. I also have it on my list, and it's like they came out swinging for this new album. I'm so hyped to hear the rest of it because Darting Eyes is next level shit, I feel like. And I feel like every new single they put out, I've liked more and more and more and more.
yeah.
So I am so ready for an album. I feel like they've been having like this long anime training montage, and now they're about to do like the tournament arc or something. It's gonna
totally.
pop off next year.
And this was a song they played at shows before, right?
Yeah, Kev just said that. We saw it live at Orlando, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I need to turn up the volume on here.
Okay.
Can you speak again, Kevin?
Speaking, hello.
That's much better.
We were talking about Darting Eyes.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, Darting Eyes. We saw it live.
That
What
was
a show!
very
First
worth
of
it,
all,
yeah.
I gotta see the With Sails Ahead Pulses again live because
Oh yeah.
Just,
excellent,
get a new shirt,
excellent.
too.
Yeah, I'll wear it for sure. All right, whose turn next?
Be your turn.
My turn.
Yep.
Okay. So this song just came out today. Nightlife, Face
shit.
to Face. Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god. They snapped. They're going crazy over there. I've always liked Nightlife, but something was missing for me there. Like, not to be disrespectful, obviously, but, you know, we all have different tastes. But this one, it blew my dick off, man. like the Justin Timberlake vibes were going crazy.
Yeah.
Is
there
just
a better way of saying that?
no. That's exactly how I feel. So that's how I had to express it.
Right.
My girlfriend Claudia made a good point. It's definitely got like a K-pop sound, like the beginning of it, like the da da da. Like I guess that's sort of K-pop sounding. I'm a novice. I'm a K-pop novice.
Smoke on the water.
Smoke on the water.
Whatever
K-pop.
you just said. Da, da, da.
It's like it's honestly like it's 2000s pop boy band coded,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
a little bit, but which is essentially K-pop coded. That's what they do. It's all like cyclical.
Yeah. Yeah. They sent us the song a little early, so thanks Nightlife. I appreciated that. It was totally unexpected. And I was like, what? And I listened to it like 4 times, and then I listened to the streaming version like 6 times. I gotta be careful. I burn myself off on I burn myself out on songs really easily when they like hook me like this. So I'm taking some time away from it for a little bit, and I can't wait to come back.
Yeah, really good song.
Yeah. Jackson.
On top of my head, the first time I heard it earlier the year, I knew they had something special coming up. They had something
Are you
cooking.
talking about Nightlife or who?
You're
leading up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Building hype.
Yeah, my bad.
I'll say it right now. It's Grief Inheritance right now.
Okay.
The first single that came out for the new Hitbox album that just shadow dropped late, not even a week ago, just late contender in December. That first single, it was not even the original mix that they had the guy do. It was just
Hansel
single
Romero
mix.
from Nightlife actually did the mix and master on it. So
the one I've heard before that one the most, I thought that was incredible. Then the one that came out from the album, even better. Just cleaner production, raw vocals, everything about it just screams wow. Like the evolution steps from not even just a year that Hitbox was cooking. You can really just see the vision that they had originally with Global and Offensive, and definitely the hardest track I probably would put in the top 5.
From the album? Or
just
your singles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah. Nice.
It's sick.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the last we'll be talking about Hitbox today.
Right.
Kev, I think it's your turn.
Let me see. I'm gonna go with. I think this came out this year. Might have been like a 2022 like single into a 2023 record. I know the record came out this year.
Okay.
So that
That
matters
counts.
the most.
That to me that counts.
Watch it be like from 2009.
2009.
Yeah, right. I know. Finally remastered. Oh my god. Torn from Your Silhouette by Dying Wish. I played the shit out of that song this year. Like it's I'm looking at Last FM because that's the only way I can really remember anything these days. And it was my number 5 most played song period this year. So like I love that song. It rips. Emma's a great front woman. The rest of the guys in the band are super sick. It's just like hardcore is back and or not necessarily back, but it's really alive and well. So really like that band, and we'll be talking about them later probably.
Y'all saw them live, didn't you?
Yeah, saw them on the tour, their headlining tour. They sold out Metro Gallery in Baltimore.
Wow.
And yeah, it was super cool. Super cool. She like talked to Emma for a bit. She like hung out after the set, and yeah, it was really cool.
That's awesome.
Great band.
Yeah, I totally agree. Hardcore is definitely in a never been so back mode. It's really popping, and new metal as well as kind of going hand in hand. I feel like they're kind of working together a little bit.
Exactly.
So
like
that's
and
really
then,
cool.
like metalcore too, a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
especially like Dying Wish is always like, oh, we're just like ripping off Kill Switch Engage stuff. And I'm like,
Okay.
you can hear it, but like it totally works. I don't know. I feel like they're all like different sides of the same die, and it's good that they're actually trying to like do things together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think 2024 is going to be the year of hardcore.
Oh yeah, it kind of feels
Especially
like it.
some stuff that we've listened to, some previews.
Some previews.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. For what band? I'll cut it out.
Reverse Bear Trap.
Okay. David's new band. Like, why are you being so secretive about it? He probably would like the press.
I don't want to like
Reverse Bear Trap from Lexington, Kentucky.
I don't want to like. I don't know. I don't want to be like the spoiler person. I want like David to reveal his
Okay,
stuff.
at a
I do not listen. I've listened
think
to
he'll
the
be
single
okay.
that he put out. I think it's pretty good.
yeah. He sent us like some demos. They sound awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, hardcore is back. My next pick, I actually have it written down because it's so important to me. Pregnant Sonic. There's nothing wrong with Pregnant Sonic. Arguably not a real song, but I don't give a fuck. It's it's fucking catchy. I've unironically enjoyed it many a time in the shower and just in general life.
Song?
Huh?
Who made the song?
Their name is Omri. I will most likely never listen to another song by them. Just being honest, I haven't heard anything else, but if it's not Pregnant Sonic, then I'd be hard-pressed. I'd be hard-pressed to give it a listen. But yeah, it's just a funny-ass song. It makes me laugh. It sounds good. If it sounded bad, if it was like a shitty meme song, I legitimately would not put it on the list, even if it was really funny.
It's like a minute 30.
Yeah, it's like a minute 30, just some fun, nice pop punk with like a crazy breakdown for no reason. And he's thinking about Eggman being a slut or something. Like, it's fucking sick. So Pregnant Sonic is definitely on my list. Had to be. I'm not embarrassed, and I won't take it back. What about you, Jackson?
Well, I was going to say Pregnant Sonic.
Oh, damn, two Pregnant Sonics.
I didn't, top of my head, I wish I was better prepared. I'm gonna have to give, I said this a previous episode. I'm going to have to give it to Shaquille O'Neal Harris from Elders. Yeah,
it's a good song.
Yeah.
Definitely, probably the song I've definitely replayed the most, if my Spotify is correct.
Yeah.
Just overall, just fun. Everyone in the band just did a great job with instrumentals, vocally. Like, there's nothing I can say that's bad. It's just fun to listen to.
Yeah.
I like the clip of Shaq at the end.
The clip of Shaq.
Yeah.
What is it? I don't remember.
Oh, are you showing like, oh, no. Something like that.
Yeah. It's got yardage on it as a feature.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut them out.
No, it's fine.
Part of this.
Yeah. Elders put out great. I mean, everyone knows I'm an instrumental hater. No hater shit though. But
Mozart.
But I did like Mozart. I did like the Elders EP. It was nice, short, and just cool instrumentals. I'm sorry I called y'all Swancore earlier this year. I take it back.
I'm gonna go with. I guess I'm supposed to do some intro. Let's intro it a little bit. So this band is my favorite band, and they are celebrating an anniversary for one of their landmark records, and that record is Meteora. And so they put out a song, Lost, but that's not the song I'm picking. The song I'm picking is Massive.
Yes.
From that demos CD that they dropped with the Meteora package. That song is just like, it's so everything to me, despite it not being like fully finished. It's Mike singing everything, not Chester, like Mike singing that early.
Oh, that's Mike?
Yeah. And
what?
I was like, I didn't know it either.
Was Chester.
Like, exactly.
What?
I didn't know it either until like I went, into the Linkin Park forums because they got everything meticulously kept track of over there, and they're just like, no, it's Mike. The whole thing is Mike. And if you like listen really close, you can kind of hear some inflections. But I really think he was trying to do like his best Chester impression.
Right.
I'm like, there are some things that like Chester would do like vocally that he kind of emulated, but. And then if you listen really close, you can't hear it.
That's crazy.
Tough,
I need to re-listen now. That's wild.
Exactly. So it's like I think he chose so many different vocal melodies that aren't present on like any song of that era.
Yeah.
And it's just very haunting to me.
It is.
And
yeah.
I love it. Like they nailed it on that one. That one I don't like saying, oh, that could have been on Meteora, because I don't think that's the truth. Because like I feel like if it was supposed to be on Meteora, it would have been on Meteora. Sure. But you know, it is something that is up to par for me to the songs on that record, because that record is incredible and the song is great. Yeah. So, big one for me. Massive great is massive.
Pick. Yeah. Yeah, that's game changing what you just fucking revealed to me. I'm like, damn, what? It's making me think of I watched I listened to a demo version of Shiny from Moana where Lin-Manuel Miranda did the vocals, and it was interesting just like hearing the demo version. Since I guess he writes all the music, he writes the lyrics, so it only makes sense that he would have like a demoed out version, I guess. But yeah, that's crazy. He sounds shockingly like Chester.
Right.
And the lyrics are so awesome. Again, that's another song that I've played in the shower like 100 times this year.
Totally.
Yeah, definitely agree. Masterpiece. So my next pick is a surprise one for me, because this is not a band I've ever really listened to this much. I missed a train on them kind of completely. Maybe I'm a little too young or something, I don't know. It is Blink-182 One More Time. Nice. Definitely a huge song for them. Been a big year, I guess, because they put out a record again after so long. I've listened.
That long? I thought it's been like a couple of years.
It's been a bit, hasn't it?
A year, or it's been not since their last record, but since with Tom as the vocalist, as opposed to Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio.
Oh, right, Matt Skiba. Okay,
They did 2 records together, and so Tom is back now. And it was also because like they had like drama and stuff. They were like fighting, blah blah blah. So it's like, oh, the family's back together. And that. So my dads are back.
Tom DeLonge is an Aliens guy, right?
Yeah. That actually like did some shit with it. Everybody was like, "No, you're bullshitting. There's no way." And he's like, "No, look, like the government says I'm right, like, or the government is like paying attention to me about it."
How could they ignore the man that made I Miss You? But One More Time, it started playing one day at work. I was working at a Game Exchange for a little bit. Shitty video game store. Don't work there. Don't recommend it. But I was working there for a little bit, and it started playing. I was like, this feels really familiar, but I couldn't place who it was immediately. And then I looked it up. It's Blink-182. I didn't know they put out a new single. And, like, the lyrics were just, like, hitting. Like, they cooked on this song. I listened to the album a little bit. It's kind of interesting. I need to go back and give it a better listen. But this one song to me is, like, just really interesting. Like, do I need to die for you to reach out, or whatever the lyrics are? It's like, I don't know. It just kind of hit me in the feels a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
He was crying at work.
Yeah, I'm crying at Game Exchange.
Shazamming from his phone.
Yeah, Shazam. Is that even a thing still?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I use it sometimes.
Cool. But yeah, One More Time.
Because like that line, I don't know if you knew, like Mark had cancer.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he had cancer, announced it like a couple years ago, and it's in remission now, which is great.
Great, yeah.
But like, so it was like, I think the first time he had talked to Tom in like years was because of that. Because obviously, if you have any sort of fight, if your ex-homie gets cancer, you're probably gonna reach back out again and be like,
For sure.
Oh, so I think that's what sparked that song. So it's like it's super just like you said, like if you got that emotion without even knowing that part, it's just like obviously, they did something with that.
Yeah, really well written. One of the best written, like, I guess sort of really popular song, like radio songs that's been out in a while, I feel like. Because, I tend to... Sorry, I'm a little based. I don't really tend to like a lot of big radio stuff, but this one, it deserved the recognition. I feel like they really caught a feeling on that one, which sometimes it's just really hard to catch a feeling. Yeah.
Oh.
So, Jackson, what are you thinking?
I had to double check to make sure it came out this year. I'm trying to think out of the EP that came out this year from Resilia.
Oh, yes.
Which one did I like the most?
Which song?
Yeah. So I'm gonna probably give it to Olive.
Olive, that's a great song.
Just not just like I said before, just a fun track to listen to. I like just the diddliness from the guitars, for lack of better words for it. Just vocally, sonically, just great. Fun to listen to in the car, fun to listen anywhere. Great project overall.
Yeah. God bless you, John Benoit.
I like he's really good at guitar. Like I think out of most of the bands that are like peers in our lane, like Resilia's guitars really shine a lot. So
yeah, I got a
Shut
lot
up
to
about
say about that for later. That is once again, that's not the last time we'll hear Resilia. But yeah, Kev, I guess it's your go.
Okay. A different shift again. Let's go with the earworm that has been like dominating my later part of the year. PinkPantheress, Feel Complete is crazy. I love her.
Yeah.
It's great. Like the vibes that she gives off and like the soft like vocal and the like playful production and shit is just so catchy. So catchy. And then like this one's got this like really cool drum beat to it and like the little like guitars that are kind of like in the back and her hooks are just on point. And this one is just like super nice and like just the I wish I never knew or what is it? I wish I never knew you very well or something like that. It's just like what? Like now I'm like think about that and it's just gonna like float in the back of my head or like I'm gonna be floating or whatever. Either way, I don't know. Ethereal ass song. I love PinkPantheress. This record, we'll talk about it later too.
Yeah, I got two big regrets that I did not listen to this year so far. The PinkPantheress album and the Danny Brown album. I listened to half of it, and the first half I heard was fucking amazing. I just need to listen to the rest, so... plus, he posted that really funny Five Nights at Freddy meme with him, like, next to all them. I had to repost that one. That one geeked me. But yeah, PinkPantheress's, like, whole aesthetic is so interesting. Her fucking Twitter geeks me. Like, just the vibes from it are so interesting and, like, specific. Right. And she's British, isn't she? That's, like, so fucking weird. I need to check out the Nardwar interview.
So weird.
Yeah, British people are strange.
Yet. Yeah, they are. That's okay.
Like, look at
respectfully
strange. British people like literally call shit like Dr. Seuss terms, like a tingly wingly. They'll be like, "Where are my tingly winglies at?" And it's their car
they were
keys.
born on an island. And,
okay, yeah.
Their main dish is fish.
Aren't all land masses islands, man? When you think about it, man.
Well, actually, aren't we the aliens in a simulation? And like the fish.
Okay,
are the
Tom
natives?
DeLonge.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, Tom.
All right, my next single is from a controversial artist this year. One that's been speaking their mind, in my opinion. What? I'm not gonna bring up like a. Who you think I'm gonna bring up?
Dream.
Oh no.
No. He cheated at Minecraft. I would never pick Dream.
I mean,
And probably other bad stuff that I'm not aware of. I don't know the situation.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like?
Just let me finish!
No, you did this to me. I'm gonna do this to you.
Okay, we're even now.
Okay.
This controversial artist, she's caused a lot of Twitter drama, and I kind of respect it. Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red.
Yeah,
What a insanely catchy single. This one I had playing over and over again when it came out. I love her I don't give a fuck what you say attitude. I don't give a fuck about you attitude. Her verses are fucking really good. And she was following up Attention, which was a single I really fucking liked as well. I really liked the direction. I wasn't too into her last record. I don't even remember what it's called.
I think it was called Like. Just Like.
That's Ice Spice.
No.
Good one.
I'm not listening to any of these albums.
Okay,
so I'm trying to hold these on my ass.
Okay. but this song, I listened to that one. I wasn't a super fan, to be honest. But that single, Attention, she really like knocked me off my feet there for a second. So I had to give something to Paint the Town Red, because it like the hook is just so good. Like it following up the Twitter drama of her saying all her old albums suck and all her fans are morons, with a song basically saying, I don't give a fuck if you're mad. Like, I gotta respect it. In a time where artists seem like they have to be subservient to their fan base, I really respect an artist that's willing to say fuck you, even if the album wasn't that great.
My old songs, the ones
like
that are on
the back.
Fortnite, those suck. You're an idiot if you bought them.
What are you talking about?
Doja Cat.
Oh, the Fortnite songs?
Yeah.
What?
Oh
You're
my
saying
God.
like her old albums on Fortnite?
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, is Fortnite got Guitar Hero now?
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was Weezer and Queens of the Stone Age lately. I thought that was pretty cool.
Harmonix actually did it, so
Oh, really?
it's like good. Yeah, it's like actually good. Like
Can you
all
use like the
the,
Guitar Hero?
they're gonna
Yeah,
do
they're
it
making-
later. They haven't.
really?
They haven't added it yet.
That's awesome.
I think they're making like actual new plastic guitars.
That's
I
what
hope
the
so.
rumor is. I think.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any concrete. It's like I'm still like super in touch with like Clone Hero and like the rock
Yeah.
band community and everything. They hadn't like confirmed. They confirmed that it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they're making new instruments. But I would hope so, because like how the fuck is anyone gonna play this? Because most people can't. Get
Yeah.
it.
I guess they'd be Fortnite branded, eh? Like, Harmonix just like sort of, instead of making a new Guitar Hero, they just go in on the Fortnite stuff. It'd be
It could be.
interesting.
I think like they got. I'm not sure what like specific legal term like bought out by like Epic
Oh, yeah.
Games or whatever.
Yeah.
So like Harmonix had people like shifting off of Rock Band development to do that. It seems like so.
Okay.
It's just like
Sort of a good
It
thing, sort of
could-
a bad thing. Right?
yeah, exactly. So that's what everybody was like. Oh, why the fuck are they doing this? But now that they've actually like dropped a product based on it, everyone's like, oh, okay, well, this isn't that bad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. What's your next pick, Jackson?
This is very early. I had to double check on Spotify. This came out January 6th.
Okay. Oh, my favorite.
No, not that. No. We're talking about music.
Where was the single January 6th?
Okay, bejalvin, where were you January 6th?
Bejalvin.
Dropped Brain Cremation.
Brain cremation.
I think the video goes better with it. If I were to recommend you to listen to this, watch the music video.
The music video is fucking incredible.
A minute 30 with a feature from Parker in a Hole. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
Just from the time Gunkman just says, "Wake up!" It's just a bunch of shit just going off for a minute 30. Just does not stop.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It is fun to listen to, and highly recommend it to listen to it in your car. The bass just makes the
Right.
whole thing fucking jiggle.
I need to watch the video. I never realized they had a video. So
yeah, that's the only way
will watch
I'll listen to it is with the video. I need the funny pictures. Like it's I don't know how you call it, but it's just like a bunch of green screen, like they'll pop up and then there's like rotating 3D images and like
It's like
Oh,
3D 90s clip art GIFs.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's got a very
with
specific
them, like,
aesthetic.
green screened inside. There's a giant gorilla that smashes both DJ Craig and Gunkman at one point.
I don't know if I have anything. You kind of stole the Doja Cat single. Like I really did like that. Okay, wait here. I'll just do this. We'll talk about them later too. But fucking Daoboys.
Oh,
And I'm not picking the
boy.
song. I'm not picking the song we're on. Like I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
It's great, but pushing the pink envelope is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I liked that one immediately. Like out the gate when I heard it, I was just like, you guys are really on some next level shit.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, you want to be on this song, this other song?" I'm like, "Oh, well, that's really cool. Thank you." Anyway, this one, like pushing the pink envelope, like the like synth stuff is crazy cool. The hook is super catchy. Like everybody in that band is like extremely talented, and I don't know. I just love this song. It's just really good.
Yeah. Like you said, we'll talk about them more later because I got plenty to say about that EP. What a blessing that EP was this year. Okay, I got 2 more left. So, my next one is Matt Burridge, Deadlines. Matt from Pulses.
Oh, shit.
I fucking love this song. It's got 2000s vibes out the ass. It's got fucking Matchbox 20 vibes, and I fuck with that heavily.
Rob Thomas.
Yeah, shout out Rob Thomas. So I desperately want Matt to do more music, so I gotta shout him out for this song, because it's fucking epic. Shout out Matt.
On the top of my head, I can't genuinely think of another single.
Should I just do my last single and then we move on?
Take my
Yeah,
turn.
that sounds good.
My last one is Omerta, Anti-Amorous, featuring Janaskis. Unfortunately, the only Omerta release this year. Had the pleasure of talking to them earlier this year in an interview and got to see them live. And it was a great year for me getting into this band. And I wanted more, but Anti-Amorous is such a good fucking song. Like, I can't be that mad.
Right.
Like, it was enough for the whole year. Big shout out to that song because it's just got, like, this insane energy. Like, they just went insano mode and they didn't stop. And I cannot wait to hear what they're cooking up because they're taking their sweet time.
Right.
And I know whatever comes out is gonna be, the next big thing probably. So shout out to Omerta.
Yep.
All right, we should talk about EPs.
Yeah.
Eps.
What?
The Eps.
Can I get a vibe check on like how we all feel about EPs as a concept? Like,
Awesome.
I
I put EPs and albums together. I don't separate them.
You don't separate them?
No. My top 5s, I'm doing like last year.
Okay.
Mix of albums and EPs. Too bad. Cry about it.
What do you mean we're gonna do just separate them? What is wrong with you?
I'll just have like
They're
3
pretty
albums and 2
separate
EPs. Then.
I just feel like in the age of streaming,
Yeah.
maybe an EP is an outdated concept. Maybe just a smaller album is fine. My main thing is because Spotify buries EPs a little bit. Their UI is fucking terrible, and EPs easily get buried under like singles and shit. If a band doesn't clean up their shit, it just ends up. And I don't want a band to clean up their shit sometimes because I like having a record of when these singles came out. But I just wish they would put EPs with the albums, like you're saying, kind of, Jackson, because their full releases are just shorter.
Right.
And I think EPs are better releases than albums because I'd rather have someone release like 5 consistent good songs than bloat it up with like 9 songs that could have easily been like B tracks, but they just wanted to pad it out just to have it be an album because of how Spotify classifies EPs, which,
Well, you can classify whatever as whatever you want. So, I mean, if you have like an EP length thing, can't you classify it as an album? Is there any rules?
Like, well, at least with like DistroKid, like it automatically picks like
Really?
whatever. Yeah,
Wow.
because like
Yeah.
that's why Speak Less is an album because it's track. Like it has 12 tracks.
Oh,
So it's just like I
strange.
think it's just based by tracks, honestly. Like if you're over 6, then it puts it in album, like regardless of the length.
Yeah.
So,
It's 6. I
but
thought it was like 8 for it to classify as an album.
Sick.
like I mean, like I think that's
subjective.
yeah, it is subjective. But like Spotify, I think automatically,
Yeah.
or at least DistroKid automatically does it. But I mean, I've seen Spotify say single for like a thing with 6 tracks on it.
Yeah.
I've seen it say album for things with 2 like tracks on it. Like you can like the metadata is there to fix it to do whatever you want, but obviously some people don't have control over that. So
yeah. That's annoying. I wish. Yeah, I just wish they would fix the sorting system a little bit because I feel like stuff does get buried. And
totally.
a lot of bands, when they're just starting, like to do EPs, something shorter, to get their foot wet. So, yeah, it's a little annoying to me. But
Let's just go to Bandcamp. Just they know how to
right.
do the releases.
yeah, I mean, as long as Bandcamp is up anyway.
yeah,
No.
I mean,
we'll see.
bad year
We'll
for
see how long that
Bandcamp, gonna be
lasts.
honest. So, Kev, I guess you should start off for EPs.
Okay, I guess are we doing 5? Like
It's whatever.
5 EPs?
Yeah,
Okay.
5, 6, whatever
I was
you
just
want.
gonna like start from the bottom, I
Yeah.
guess, and then go up. So my number 5 EP because I'd already put out my list because I'm stupid.
It's fine.
While I'm here, I'm gonna soapbox for like 2 seconds.
Sure.
Stop putting out your list before fucking December, you ingrates. Like, why are you doing this? There's a whole month. I saw people having their AOD list in like at the end of November, like after Thanksgiving. I'm like, please. There's a whole month of music.
They gotta
Like,
get those clicks. People want the list.
Exactly. Right. So just stop doing that shit. Like the 15th or later, that's the only time it's legitimate.
I agree.
But
yeah.
obviously, you would have missed out on
Nightlife.
Hitbox and
Yeah.
Nightlife. So and Adventure Animal Jam split. So it's just either way. Anyway, back to this. Number 5, Turnstile and Bad Bad Not Good dropped. I guess it's not new music technically, but whatever. New versions of songs off of Glow On. Turnstile, the hardcore band that's from Baltimore that's been blowing up, dropped Glow On, sick record. Bad Bad Not Good is a like instrumental jazz group that works with a lot of other artists. A lot of the time, they've done songs with Tyler the Creator and like Earl Sweatshirt, a lot of hip hop artists, but they'll do songs with like indie artists too. And so they like stripped them down, but like it's a band, so there's still like a whole lot going on, and they kind of like changed them around so that they're like very mellow. And I really like the arrangements that they had on that record and the foresight to even do something like that. So really cool little three song EP.
Is it kind of like? Did you ever listen to that I the Mighty like Oil and Water, where they like did new like sort of genre versions of old songs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
That was a cool concept. Could have been a better band to do it, but that was a cool concept.
Right.
Awesome. I need to check that out. I did like that Turnstile record, and they're fucking blowing up, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure whatever next record they do is gonna go nuclear.
Probably.
But my first pick is the Properties of Nature / Aluxes album, Odd Figures. A nice little swancore post-hardcore album. I know they are okay with being called swancore. I've seen them tag it on Instagram. So if you're not okay with it, drop the tag, buddy. It's a weird EP because it's not a split. It's like both of the bands worked on every song, which is a strange concept to me, and I felt a little weird about it. But I've thought about it a lot since, and I felt like I was against it, but now I feel more like, fuck it, let people do some weird shit, why not? And I think it's a really cool project. I think a lot of the songs are interesting. Mind Goblin probably should have been on my singles list. I didn't think about it, but Mind Goblin featuring Brian Butcher,
I remember that one.
really, really good fucking post-hardcore track. And Canyon in Properties of Nature does like a spoken word verse. I felt like I was listening to a lot like Birds for a second. Like, I think they should really lean into that for future stuff they do. Yeah, rest in peace.
Well, they're zombies. They're about to be a zombie at that one show. They're like reuniting.
What, really? Is everyone gonna be there?
No, just 3 of them.
Okay.
Just,
one of those.
Kurt, Mikey, and Joe are gonna play. What is it? That Kill Iconic Festival.
Oh, okay. Kurt, Mikey, and Joe. So wasn't
Not
the Screamer?
Corey.
Yeah, not Corey. Interesting.
Right.
Huh.
So we'll see how that goes. But
Man, just squash the beef and make another record. Stop being stupid.
I don't know if it's beef though, because I think the beef was with like the ones that are actually doing it. I think Corey just was like, I don't want to do music anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
You know, respect.
Yeah.
Jackson, EP.
I didn't write this down, but this was going through my head as the year was going through. The split EP with Pool Kids.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Pool Kids.
Pool and Pool Kids. If I remember correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong. It's the same band.
Yeah. It's the same band, but they're like, it's like a joke band. I don't know.
It's part of the joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this, like one hand you got like the more laid back, more silly Pool Kids.
Pool Kids.
And then you got like the serious, like thrashy Pool, like Sonic and Shadow kind of ordeal, just thrown together.
Yeah.
Very interesting release. I think the dichotomy of that weirdness together just really hits me.
Yeah. Oh,
after all these months, goes through my mind. I listen to it. It's still pretty good. Definitely give it a listen to if you have not.
Yeah. It confused the shit out of me when it came out. I did not know any of the lore.
It still confuses me to this very day.
Like, I think when we reviewed it and needed, like, I think Keeley gave, like, a fucking lore breakdown or something on what was going on with it. So,
nice.
But yeah, awesome. Nice pick. Kev.
Okay. Let's see. Number 4 for me was a local band, Fellowship, with their EP Stigma. I'm not gonna call them that because I don't know how they feel about it, but they're a progressive post-hardcore band and they're fucking sick. But they actually mix a lot more of a Glassjaw influence, I think, on their stuff.
Absolutely.
Which gives it the edge for me. And that's not just because I'm like friends with them, but like it's really tight. And I think a lot of people need to hear it, but they haven't really like pushed that hard like on internet or whatever. They just kind of have like their little local pocket right now. But I think they're working on a full-length album. Hopefully that'll push, things forward. But they've got a really cool sound. Fellowship is the truth. Their vocalist is crazy good. Yeah, listen to that stuff if you haven't. It's worth your time.
Yeah, that's also on my list, Fellowship, Stigma. Great, surprising album. Was not expecting the throwback post-hardcore sound. And like you said, it's different post-hardcore than a lot of post-hardcore you hear. So it's nice to get like an older sort of sound like that. But also, it doesn't sound old, to be clear. It's fresh, but it's got like the vibes down.
Yeah. Totally.
Have That Birth is a great song, Swan Song. They are the band that had the Funko Pop album art, which I respect and I think is funny. But this EP, really good. I definitely agree. Push more because y'all got something fucking fire on your hands.
Totally.
Come on the show. Come on the show, Fellowship.
Right now.
Yeah, right now. Get
on
in
the
here.
call right now.
Nice. Fellowship. My next one is a local band to me as well. Poltergeist, Eurydice. This is listed as an album on streaming services, but I asked David, the vocalist, and he considers it an EP. So, whatever. Like we were talking about, what does it matter? But Yeah, so I've been listening to Poltergeist for a long, long time. I've been friends with David for a long, long time. This is by far their best project. If you don't know, they ended the band earlier this year. They had their final show. There's a video on the channel of them playing their last song ever, potentially. So check that out if you're interested in them. But this record, they just kept improving and improving. Like, this is such a great record. David sounds awesome. Cam, the screamer, sounds incredible. Casey's guitar work. It's all such a great combo. I listen to it a lot, so I'm really proud of those guys. I'm proud of all the work they put in, and I'm really excited to see what they do next. Shout out Casey. He's doing Chapters, hardcore band here in Lexington called Chapters. Chapters 859 on Instagram. Go follow them. And David is doing Reverse Bear Trap, like we said. Another hardcore band. They just said, fuck it, we're doing hardcore. So
I don't blame them.
Yeah. So check those out because they are awesome. Jackson, you got anything to say about Eurydice?
Definitely with the other release,
Vanta Black,
which I don't even know when that came out. That was finished 2019.
It came out like 2 times.
Yeah. It could have been released last week for all I know. But definitely with this new new EP.
Yeah, it's an EP.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear just how different like the guitars are when Casey joined the band.
Yeah.
He has definitely his own style. His very unique. He likes to do like very fast proggy type guitars. Just I've been listening to him play for years now. If you've not listened to any of his work, I would recommend. Especially with the new stuff that's coming out potentially next year.
Yeah. To describe, I guess, Eurydice, like gothic post-hardcore with like some heavier influences in the instrumentals.
One song is from the one album that they do not recognize anymore.
Yeah. They had an old album and Sailor's Grave was on it, and they redid it with Casey, which is something I was lobbying for a long time, so I'm happy it actually happened. And Sierra from With Sails Ahead was on the track, so that was even cooler. So, yeah, that was just super exciting to see, because I love that song. When I first met David, I was like, bro, I'll make you a lyrics video. And I like made 10 seconds of a lyrics video and never finished it.
Windows Movie Maker.
No, I was using professional software.
Why was Halo 3 playing in the background?
Yeah, I was actually using Halo 3 Forge to make the lyrics video. What's your EP, your next EP?
Well, this was on my number 4 releases of this year. I've already talked about them earlier. It's the Elders EP2.
Yep.
Yeah.
I already talked about how awesome Shaquille O'Neal Harris is. They had other songs in that style. It's like I can't remember. It's just fun songs. It's great production, great everything. Nothing I can say that's bad or anything. I can go into detail on why it's great. Just listen to it. Just listen to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They had The World featuring Zeta, right? Is that the band? Zeta?
Yeah, that was a really good song.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite on the record.
Agreed.
But yeah, EP2 by Elders. Kev, what's your next one? EP.
Number 3, we talked about it before. I'm counting it as an EP because I don't give a shit. The Linkin Park Lost Demos.
Hell yeah.
It was an EP. It was 5 new songs like that were like marketed as like actually finished because they had other demos on there that were like, old versions of the Meteor songs. So, but these are 5 separate, songs, and they were really cool. I liked them a lot. Well, I think there might have been 6. I don't know. I don't care. Those songs, those like handful of songs that were new. One of them, this is like bringing the lore. One of them was we had heard in an old LP TV video that they did from back then. That like Chester was like singing this stupid ass wizard song is what it was called.
Yeah.
And it's fucking funny, hilarious thing. And like we had all memed it up over like the years in the LP community or whatever. And then they dropped, I think it's called Resolution, and it's that fucking song, like except like real, like
That
with
had
actual
to be hype.
like lyrics. And everybody was like, "What the fuck? We actually got this song." So like that was a big moment like for my standum. And then the rest of the songs are pretty cool. Make the Victim or Play the Victim is really cool, like, you know, rap rock type thing like they always were doing. And they put it in Rock Band for some reason, which was cool. And I was like, I don't see why you needed to do that, but that's okay. You didn't put Lost in, but you put that one in. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, Lost was a great song too. Minus the AI shit. I wish Mike would get off that shit, but you know, he will do what he wants because he's always
on
like,
the song, or was it just a music video?
No, just a video thing. And like to be fair to him or whatever, he did commission like real artists to make the art that it was based off of. Like that it was referencing. So like I feel like that's like the most legitimate way you're going to be able to make AI art is to involve a human first and then use algorithms to go forward, which is okay. So, but outside of that, we can just stop. Or memes only, like the SpongeBob singing. do it. I don't care. Like that's funny, but no real art through AI. Just anyway. But those songs are great. I always love anything that Linkin Park decides to give us, especially new Chester vocals. You know, rest his soul.
Yeah, and what I like about these deluxes is it doesn't feel like they're like. It's not like the fucking, like, you know how they're saying Juice WRLD has a new album coming out or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, that feels exploitative to me.
Right.
Or like the XXX Tentacion albums that came out.
Not even the most egregious one from this year. They got the Notorious B.I.G. to do a new song. He's been dead for nearly 30 years.
What the fuck, really?
You remember awful. That now that you bring it up. Speaking of similar things, it's like DMX just passed. I mean, not for as long, but they did AI shit with his voice and are like releasing new songs with not even his voice. Like, it's like, at least I think the B.I.G. one was like he recorded it at you know, before he died, and then they just like cleaned it up or whatever. But this is like he didn't even have any part in this, and you're just saying it's him.
That's
like we can't set that precedent. Like that's scary shit.
Yeah, that's extremely fucked up. It's like Disney being able to scan their background actors and put them in whatever they want. It's like, okay, are we just like diving into a dystopia? What the fuck? Are we not thinking about this even a little bit?
Record companies, when their artists pass, they just go through a wall and they have like clones of them just in a jelly field, and they're just like, okay, DMX2 put out some new stuff.
And it's like
the heads in Futurama.
It's like, how much did they fucking record? Like why do they have so much that's unreleased? And also, if it's unreleased, it's probably unreleased for a reason, like you said. It's like, to me, the Linkin Park stuff is a little different because you know, Chester left a whole band behind, you know, a whole like a group of people that kind of depended on him as well as each other to make money. I don't know how much money Linkin Park has. They probably are pretty rich in terms of band people. Yeah. But I think fans do want to hear this stuff, and you know, since Chester passed the way he did, like, I think a lot of people feel sad about it and just want to hear more from him, and you know, we can't. And don't make AI Chester Bennington shit. No. You should honestly...
I've seen it.
Yeah, not do that shit.
And I don't like it.
Yeah. I think you'll go directly to hell if you do that. So... is it my turn?
I think so now.
All right, so I'll bring up Resilia, Well-Intentioned, the name of the game. A fucking excellent post-hardcore album. Really enjoyed it. I love, like, the sound is very full. Daisy is, she just rips into this shit, man. Like, she gets better and better. And one day we will get Daisy an album from some band. Yeah. We will get a full length. This Resilia album really EP really blew me away. The last song, especially, Hey Pretty Girl, Time to Wake Up. John Benoit, I know what you're up to, motherfucker. I hear Coheed and Cambria in that. I hear Burning Star 4 in that shit. And it's got one of the best Daisy breakdowns ever. It's, god damn, I could have listened to that song over and over. So, gotta give it to Resilia. Talked to both John Benoit and Daisy this year, so you can check out those old interviews if you want. They talked a bit about the album EP. God damn it! But yeah, did you listen to that, Jackson?
Yes, I believe we did.
Yeah, we probably reviewed it, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Again, this hiatus we did kind of fucked up my schedule.
Yeah.
Did you even know that the Deer Hunter had a new album out?
The Deer Hunter?
Yeah.
This year?
Like in October.
Really?
Yeah.
A new?
New.
I didn't know that at
brand
all.
New.
Is it like part of Antimai or?
No. Whole ass album.
Man, I half believe you, I half don't.
I'm not.
This man has lied to me so much for fun. Like, I'm a little fucking wary.
The whole Box Factory thing was fine.
The Box He told me he was going to start working at a box factory. We worked together. For a month, he strung me along. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to Frankfurt to work in a box factory." And I told people. I told my mom this. I told my girlfriend this.
No, it's because I was late one day and like. He asked me like what I was doing. It's like, I'm going to a box factory. I'm quitting my job.
He was like, I did an interview to be a manager at a box factory. I was like, what? Anyway, I've got trust issues. Is all I'm saying. I'll look into the Deer Hunter though. I fucking love the Deer Hunter. But they put out a record last year, so I wasn't really expecting another one. Kev, did you have anything for Resilia, or do we want to move on?
Oh, no, we can move on. I mean, it was a good EP. Like, it's just, I think maybe at the time I listened to it, like, alongside a lot of other things, so I don't remember too much. I do remember that last track, like you said, being, like, a standout for sure. Mm-hmm. But, Daisy sounded great on it. Guitar work is great. Just very solid release.
Yeah. All right, what's your next thing, Jackson?
Right. The last EP I had, this is actually my number 2 release of the year. This was a surprise. I believe it was either Keely or Jamie that suggested this for the episode months ago. This artist had only one monthly listen.
Okay.
Listen to it, and might have been from Jamie. This was... I want to make sure I got the name right. Shauna June Lives.
Oh, Shauna June Lives,
yes,
yeah.
The EP of On the Far Side of.
Really?
Just did not expect anything from it going into it, but with, just one monthly listen, again, incredible production, incredible performance by Shauna. Just the whole theme of... being transgender and like life of it, just so well thought out, so artistically put together, sonically just sounds amazing, and this is just kind of just shadow dropped out of nowhere. I think
what genre are we talking here?
Imagine Say Anything vocals a little bit. Sounded a little like Max Bemis type stuff, which was really interesting to hear. Yeah, I remember this album.
Like
it had
theatrical a little bit. I highly recommend
theater
it.
kid energy for sure.
Definitely needs more recognition. I firmly believe that.
Nice, yeah.
I'll check that out. Obviously, you said one monthly listener. I didn't know about this.
That was from the episode. Like, we just had like suggestions of new music, And I think either Keeley.
We had suggestions of new music every episode, buddy.
And it's like here's some new music. It's like, okay, went to the Spotify page, 1 monthly views. It's like, oh damn, this is new.
Yeah. I remember that EP. It's cool you shouted that. You never talked about it after, so I didn't know you latched onto it that hard. That's interesting.
I mean, I did go back and go through all the episodes. Well, most of the episodes. Go through like names of stuff. It's like, oh, I remember giving that a gold. Go back and listen to it again. It's like, oh yeah, definitely gold.
Nice.
Platinum even.
Platinum.
DJ Craig Gold.
DJ Craig Gold. All right, Kev, what's your next pick?
Number 2, I had the new band, Better Lovers, and their EP, God Made Me an Animal. Mm-hmm. That shit is very animalistic. Dillinger and Etid, rest their soul, members from that band came back and they ripped shit up. Like that's pretty much it. I heard that first song off that shit. Can't remember the name right now.
Me neither.
Don't care that much. It's 4 songs.
Yeah.
It's the first one. And then that chorus hit with that fucking riff, and then his vocals, like the clean vocal came through. Mm-hmm. Yes, I call it clean vocals still. It doesn't fucking matter. Anyway.
What are you supposed to call it?
Well, people bitch on Twitter all the time that you should stop calling it clean. It's just singing. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, but I'm talking about it in contrast to the screams.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point. It's all singing, like, technically. But people are dumb and don't understand.
Fuck
anyway.
Twitter motherfuckers, for real.
So, yeah, that song blew me away. And then the other 3 songs on the EP are pretty fucking cool, too. You know.
Yeah, the title track... That chorus for me is so fucking hard. Like, an addicting song. The whole EP is just fantastic. Every song for me hit a little bit. I didn't have any that I was like, okay, this is a little like, and the 4 songs is like perfect for this type of music for me. Like, I get real tired real quick of listening to songs like this. So those 4 songs, perfect. I could listen to a new 4-song Better Lovers EP every goddamn year, probably.
Yep.
So, I mean, I would like to see them tackle maybe a longer project. I'm not against it, to be clear, but my personal preference, I could, take a little snack EP every year from them and be happy. Did you listen to that one, Jackson? You probably, right? No, you don't.
I don't want to say I have.
Okay, you might have missed that one.
I don't want to like.
Hey, that's okay.
Be a big phony and say, yeah.
You fucking phony. Can I see my list? Let's just talk about it. The Callous Daoboys. God smiles upon the Callous Daoboys.
That was my number 1, so just getting it out the way.
Callous Daoboys. God smiles upon them. So true. Waco Jesus. First of all, good fucking song title. Second of all, it was a little bit of a grower for me because it's like it sounds interesting. Like it's kind of a different sound for them. It's like it's distinctly Callous Daoboys, but it's a little different. And it took me a bit, but once I got into it and I was like clicking with all the grooves in it and everything they were doing, I was like, whoa, like this shit is hitting. Pushing the Pink Envelope, like you said, is a fucking fantastic song. And of course, Designer Shroud of Turin. With the Pulses feature, it gotta be the most interesting Pulses feature of the year for me. The shit Caleb's doing with the drop top and I love that shit.
That shit was fun.
With the weird horn section, it was like so interesting. Such an interesting part for a band to be featured on as well. Like you'd think they'd save something so weird for themselves, but giving it to the feature was so fucking sick.
Super nice.
Yeah, I love Designer Shroud of Turin. And nostalgia for the 2000s. Like what a fucking hard ass line. Yeah, I just like the moment I heard that, I was like, God damn it, Carson Pace, not again! You fucking got me again. They don't stop after Celebrity Therapist. This felt like it just felt like a bonus. Like it felt like we don't even deserve this shit, to be honest. But they bless us. God smiles upon the Callous Daoboys, and then the Callous Daoboys smiled upon us with this release.
Just as he's writing down lyrics, fires.
Yeah, like that fucking fire fucking gif. Or like the piano on fire on the beach.
Yep.
Kev, please speak on this EP. I really want to hear your opinions.
I mean, you kind of nailed all of it. Really. Like, Waco Jesus to me was like, I'm so glad I started to get XM radio play for them. Like, I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
That's like crazy. Because I think it was more of their like, I guess, not necessarily toned down because it still goes hard, but like, the riffs are a little bit easier to follow. The chorus is a little bit easier to follow, and so it's really cool that they're able to do that, but still have something distinctly them.
Yes.
And then Pink Envelope, just crazy bonkers off the wall shit. I don't know. I love that one so much. I think it's just very well made in how like it just like throws itself in different ways without like just like going as off the wall as Shroud does, because they're like, okay, one of these has got to be like a mid-tier like off the wall, because this one is just like way out there. And then so Designer Shroud was crazy. They first gave it to us, and like I think it was just an instrumental when they gave it to us, like before when they were like, oh yeah, we want you on it, they were like, okay, we want you on this part to this part. And then like as soon as that drop came in, I was like, we're rapping. That's it. Like there's no like we can't do anything else on this part. So I was like, okay, I'm writing a rap for this. And but Caleb did the like his vocal thing, because it was, I mean, it's still rappy, but like he was like, I'm gonna sing rap it. And I'm like, you do that. And then like he didn't even like, I mean, well, he re-recorded it, but like we like did the first pass, and he just did it, and I was like, what is that? Like, so super sick. I love that verse. It's probably one of my favorite ones I've written lyrically. And the guys delivered. It's like I do whispers on it. It isn't actually like, it's a full pulses feature. Like David does lows, like
oh really?
on those stabs, like the one like feature, like David's doing lows there. Matt and Caleb do this trade thing, and then I'm doing little whispers to make the like the phonics of the screams hit harder. So
nice.
Yeah, everybody's there.
That's awesome.
But yeah, great song. Rich, they're like extra Daoboy came through, like you said, on a great sax part, which doesn't even sound like sax with all like the stuff that he puts on it. So it's just
sounds
bonkers
so fucking weird.
Track. But it's amazing. Like the Daoboys are very talented, good people, and the next stuff that they put out is going to blow people's minds. I even more than they already have. Like, I have a little. I got a little snippet of like one thing that they're working on. I'm like, how the fuck do you step it up again? Like,
yes.
So we'll see more from them soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, their come up has been legendary. So yes, more. I guess I need to come up with. Can I see my list again?
No.
Come on, bruh.
Okay,
thanks.
Snatch my phone, don't you?
Yeah, give me. Oh, is it? It's your turn, Kevin. My bad. It's your turn. I got confused.
I think for the rest of these, like, I just want to like shout them out real quick.
Sure, yeah, honorable mention,
like,
sorta.
Yeah, because like I don't really. I mean, they're all good, but like
I can do the same.
I don't have
honestly,
a whole lot to say. Sounds good. So I met a Yachty. Their EP Time Erasure was really cool. Had a good time with that one. Our friends Granite State, Cut Off from the Sun is a banger EP. You get to hear Ben screaming instead of rapping, and it's great. Knock Loose's 2 singles that they dropped,
Yeah.
the Upon Lost singles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm counting that as an EP. It was really good.
Yeah,
Those
double
songs were
single
good.
EP, whatever.
Yeah. Drake's For All the Dogs Scary Hours edition, like those 6 songs for the deluxe. I liked all of them.
Oh yeah.
And that actually was very scary. Because I have not liked a Drake album in a long time.
Yeah.
And then he dropped those songs. I was listening to him like, this is okay. This is okay. This song's okay. I'm like, what is going on? So shout out to that. Drake, please write like that if you're going to keep doing this shit. Spiritbox's The Fear of Fear was cool. Very Eternal Bluey, but you know, and I wanted to say it like that, like Bluey, like the show, Eternal Bluey.
So, have no doubt, Bluey will be on the screen when you say that.
Let's all get
I was
together.
watching that today. Bingo!
Let's
Go
play
on, sorry.
Let's play the Bluey game on the Bluey Xbox.
Yeah, the Bluey Xbox.
Elders EP2 was on my list. We already talked about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
good one. Tyler the Creator's Call Me If You Get Lost, The Estate Sale, so similar kind of thing. But
Yeah.
extra songs from that one. Those were really good. I liked them.
The Vince Staples one
Hazing
was
Over.
fucking awesome.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
Stuntman,
It
I
was. I love Vince. Yeah, great song. Hazing Over, Tunnel Vision. That was a good one. Good little EP. They toured with Daoboys, I believe.
Yeah.
That's how I found out about them. Cool band. Circuit, Body Songs. Very, very fucking nuclear EP. Yeah, I liked it. And last, a weird kind of pick, Yellow Card dropped an EP this year.
Really?
I don't know if
Like
anybody
Ocean
really
Avenue?
cared about it. Yeah, exactly. They had went on hiatus like a bit ago, and then they came back. They were just like, "Fuck it, I guess you guys want us back, so we're gonna come back." And they were like, "Okay, we're gonna try to like write a record or like an EP that sounds like where we used to, but also is like fresh."
Yeah.
And I feel like they actually fucking did that. Like,
Okay.
which is super surprising because most bands that do that, you know, they say, "Oh, we're gonna go back to our old sound," and it's like a watered down version of their old sound or
Yeah.
whatever. But this one, I'm like, no, this is cool. You got some of the riffy thingies. The drums are doing their thing again, and it was worthwhile. It's like if you like old Yellow Card, it's worth it to listen to this. It's like 5 songs, so
Interesting.
cool little thing.
Yeah, I always like
Yeah.
hearing bands like. Honestly, you could have said they never made a song after Ocean Avenue, and I would have believed you. So it's really interesting to hear about bands like that. You know, coming back doing something new. So I might have to check that
Right.
out, honestly, and their old stuff because like I said, I've only listened to the one Ocean Avenue. So great
Yeah,
song.
they've got a couple bangers. They've got
Okay.
some bangers in the back catalog.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. My couple shout outs: Holy Ghost Tabernacle Choir, Heartland Attack, great 3-song EP, kind of like Callous Daoboys, honestly. Just dropped a few bangers and then dipped, and I really appreciate that about them. Human Blue Screen, Liver Budget, like their themes are on point as always. Fucking listen to Slow Murder if you haven't, their album from last year. It's fucking incredible. Nat Lacuna does all of the Callous Daoboys like designs, and they're the vocalist of the Holy Ghost Tabernacle Choir. So those like sweaters you see that are like drink paint, don't trust scientists and shit like that. That's Nat Lacuna that designs those.
Right.
So, and they designed the album cover of the new Callous Daoboys EP as well. So definitely check them out. They deserve the recognition. Default Friends, Not Over It. This is a newer band from Florida, I'm pretty sure. Really, they make use of group vocals a lot, and it's a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun from this EP. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to listen to more. Their song Friends is like an earworm sort of song. So I really like that and wanted to shout them out. And then lastly, Indigo Storms, Saris. Indigo Storm's a local band for me and Jackson. We saw them live. I somewhat harassed their screamer while I was drunk at the show.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry.
Last time?
What do you mean? When we saw them play Before Slaves.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yeah, or whatever they're called now.
Rain City
Rainy.
Drive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Rain City Drive.
Not a good name. I'm sorry. It's
Never had a good name.
No, that band is just cursed.
Yeah. But yeah, they opened for that band with Poltergeist, and first thing that'll probably come to mind when you listen to that EP is sounds like Tool. Sounds like the guy from Tool. And it does, and I'm sure that guy will get tired of hearing that, but he does sound like the guy from Tool, and it sounds pretty good. And it's pretty cool because he's not the guy from Tool. So that actually makes it better in my opinion.
Exactly.
They've got like Greek theming. I don't know. I said this in my review, but their songs could come off as corny, but they make it work. Like, they have a song called Righteous Riot, which could sound, like, silly, but the way they do it, it just sounds fucking epic. It sounds like you're in God of War or some shit. So, I really... And their song Man Overboard was really good as well, so just great EP. They're probably gonna fly under the radar a little bit because they're smaller. They're like Fellowship a little bit, just sort of in their local scene. Yeah. But I really think people should check them out, especially if you like sort of how James Maynard Keenan sings, because this guy is really close in terms of sound. Cool. Indigo Storm, Saris, great little EP. Let's move on to albums. Do y'all want to take a quick break to get some water or something, or do we want to keep trucking?
No, we're gonna keep trucking. We keep
trucking.
Keep trucking.
Yeah.
Okay. No
it's
problem.
Like hopefully can wrap through these if that's all good.
Yeah. So Kev, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna do top 5 again. So we're gonna start with something we haven't talked about at all yet.
Nice.
The new Koyo record. Would You Miss It? It's a great hardcore band that a lot of people probably have like said they're not hardcore because they sing entirely, like clean sing.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's more pop punk based. It's like hardcore pop punk. Like they all came from hardcore bands and they wanted to do pop punk, but they still got the hardcore ethos. Like 100%. And, they got the Hate 5-6 sets and all that. So
cool.
They're still in it. Long Island hardcore and all that.
Yeah.
But great record that features Daryl Palumbo.
Nice.
From Glassjaw, and then like the dude from Movie Life, I think, because he's also from, that area. Great stuff, honestly. It's just really cool. I totally recommend it for anybody that likes pop punk, but likes it to be a little bit heavier and a little bit like beefier, because like his voice is not the like typical like knuckle puck, story so far pointy pop punk, like or whatever. He's very like like down here kind of stuff, and like it just sounds full. But he's got the riff. They got the riffs and a couple breakdowns here and there. So cool stuff.
Nice. I'll have to.
And it came out the same day as our record. So.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the sound of that entirely. I haven't heard about this record, so I'll have to check that out. Gorillaz, Cracker Island. I have not really been into a Gorillaz record in a long time. I find most of their record releases a little bit confusing. Like the Song Machine, like season 1, 2, like what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
like just release a record, Damon Albarn. Fucking Damon Albarn. But this record, I love almost every single song on it. Skinny Ape is a highlight for me, as well as Tormenta featuring Bad Bunny. And Bad Bunny and Booty Brown, I think, are on it, on Tormenta. Or maybe it's just Bad Bunny. Oh, no. Booty Brown is on New Gold with Tame Impala. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one that I've heard. It's like I slept on this one. I didn't listen to it, but I heard a lot of good things.
I wouldn't blame anyone for skipping it because of Gorillaz' recent track record, but it definitely does feel like a really solid piece. And they even made me like, I can't remember her name, but she's on American Horror Story a lot. The second Coven, she's like that from Fleetwood Mac. What's her name?
like
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, I was gonna say what?
Yeah,
that's wild.
She's on that. She's on a song on that on
Okay,
Cracker
cool.
Island, and I historically have not cared for her. I don't care for Fleetwood Mac, but I even like that song, so I had to give it to this one. This has been a poppy year for me. I've just been really heavily into pop stuff, as we'll hear as we
Nothing
go.
wrong with that.
So,
honestly,
yeah, I was really into this one.
cool.
Jackson.
Man, my list is so fucked.
Okay, just
Separating the EPs and all that. I'm gonna put two together. They're pretty similar. I can't really.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna put them together.
Okay.
I'm gonna put them together.
Just do it. Just do it.
You're not stopping.
Hold on,
Cybergrind.
just a sec.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Thanks. Jake just yelled at me for like 30 seconds.
Okay, let's
There's
reset
a
a
car
little
alarm
bit.
going off.
Oh.
There's a car alarm, and I had to check. I was like, "Is it my car?" I can't
Okay.
tell. Not mine, but it's still going off.
Oh. Well, we can't hear it, so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So go on about Hitbox, Jackson.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Just with the previous album, Global and Offensive, an already outdated name for it. Thank you, Val, for that.
Yeah, thanks, Val. Fuck you, Val.
Just you can hear with the production from what was the name again?
Hansel Romero from
Yes.
Nightlife.
Just you can tell by how the two wanted to sound in the previous years, and it's now just coming to fruition thanks to more time spent into making music. Definitely after spending some time making that song.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a song called Kevin, to be clear,
like-
if you haven't heard.
Did not realize that.
40 H's.
It's like a fucking troll song on Bandcamp. It's like,
Nice.
yeah, Hitbox fucking blew me away this year with this late release of Labor Vita Necesse Mori, I don't know.
Murray.
Murray. Materialist featuring Hansel Romero is probably my highlight of the record. I fucking love that song. And I like the themes of it as well because relatable. I do like funny knickknacks to put on my desk
Like the Billy Joel just sample in the very beginning.
the Billy Joel sample. I like the Hitbox.
Yeah.
Someone said it gave like what's that Mortal Kombat thing that would pop up sometime?
Oh,
Toasty.
Yeah, it gave. Someone said on Twitter it gave toasty vibes, and I was like, "You're so fucking right." And love that. Hitbox, Maintaining Remorse has a really fucking cool like vocal section from Destin where he's like da 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 Icarus. Like he just does like a up and down sort of vocal pattern for a second. And it just sounds really unique on the record itself. So I love that song. I'm really happy with this release. And I'm really happy for Hitbox because they do deserve success. You know, they got the sauce for sure. And Hansel really helped them like realize their vision like Jackson was saying. What about you, Kev?
I agree. That should hit super hard. I shouldn't have made my list because that should be on it.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
I fucked up. That's
These
my
lists can
fault.
change. Whatever.
Yeah. No, but I mean it's a great record really though. Like it's really cool. Like they're doing something that's different. Doing something that's really abrasive and, a lot of people doing like the kind of new metal-ish but not really don't really go that hard. So it's just
definitely
good stuff.
Yeah, I think they like to call themselves like hardcore new metal, and that I think that's a great description.
Just cybergrind.
Cybergrind, whatever it is.
It's all cybergrind.
Yeah, anything.
There's two types of music.
We're cybergrind.
oh yeah, Pulses is cybergrind.
Yeah, totally.
I just know that Pulses is gonna have a cybergrind song in the future. I can feel
Probably.
it. Y'all had a ska song. You'll have a cybergrind song.
eventually. Single bass pedal though, 'cause, you know.
I don't. I don't understand
well,
music.
I use a single bass pedal. I don't use double bass, so
Oh,
you know,
really? Okay.
I can't play those fast. I mean, I can play pretty fast blasts, like, but you know, like the actual like grindcore, like, like I
Yeah.
can't do all that. Like,
Yeah.
you can only go so fast with one foot.
I mean, I'm sure. I feel like I've seen genre arguments, which, boy, I'm over those on Twitter about it. Like, is cybergrind really even grindcore? Blah 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 blah
Right.
blah. I don't know. People make a music and they call it cybergrind. That's how it works for
all that
cybergrind.
matters.
Just
Yeah.
Cumcore. Call that.
Call it what?
Cumcore.
Cumcore. Yeah, Cumcore, trademarked by me. Got a playlist. I haven't mentioned it on the show. When that genre discourse was happening, I just decided I don't believe in genre anymore. Any song I like is just called Cumcore.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you can check out the playlist on Spotify. I'm just going to keep adding to it because I don't know how do you do playlists on Spotify. Like, that's like part of the culture, right, Kev, to do playlists. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
I'm not gonna min max it. I'm just gonna keep putting my favorite stuff and never stop. So
Fuck it.
If it's not
cares?
Cumcore, it's Coworker Core.
yeah, coworker core is like Beartooth.
Yeah. Sleep token.
I was gonna shout out Sleep Token for
Yeah,
one
I saw that on
single.
your list.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem. Like, there's a lot of. We're not supposed to be hating, so.
Yeah.
fine.
No hating allowed.
No, they're fine. They're fine band. Like totally, honestly.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. They have a lot of hype, and
Yeah.
it to me the product doesn't match. But
Yeah.
it's not their fault that they have a lot of hype. You know,
Right, exactly.
They don't make people get hyped. So
Yeah.
I feel like people confuse that a little bit and get mad at bands, and it's like Sleep Token did nothing.
Right. Yeah.
They-
It's not their fault.
yeah. They just had really good marketing.
Right.
So Kev, what's your next album?
What is my next album? I closed my shit. Why did I do that? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's Dying Wish, Symptoms of Survival. Yeah, really good record. Very brutal shit in the hardcore realm. Very metalcore-y. Like 2000s metalcore-y.
Nice.
Emma does a little singing on it. It's cool. She's flexing her, clean vocals, singing vocals a lot more. There's a ballad on there, which is cool. I always love a good metalcore, hardcore ballad.
Yeah.
Like, so I fuck with it. It's just good. I mean, like, I don't really have a whole lot to say past that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good. It slaps. I would fight people to it. That's about it.
Nice. My next pick is going to be Just Friends Gusher. Just Friends, I first listened to their single for the album, Life I'm Living In. That was like their first single for it. And I got it. I was like, okay, I get the vibe and I'm loving it. I checked out their old stuff. I fucking love their first album as well. It's got, what's his name? Lil B, the bass god, on there twice for some reason.
Sure.
They've got a fucking Hobo
Yep.
Johnson feature. It's like, and I'm one of 5 people in the continental United States that probably doesn't hate Hobo Johnson. I'm just like, I'll listen. I'll give him a shot. Like, he had some good stuff before, so he put out his last record was not good. We're not hating here, people. We're not hating. But
Right.
You said this, not me.
but this Just Friends record, Gusher, it's just like the perfect summer album a little bit. Like, they really constructed something super catchy, fun, not like heavy on emotions. It's got hypnotic parts in it, like Circle Pit of Love has a really cool fucking intro by Bronda, the female vocalist, and Sammy. First of all, 2 wildly interesting vocalists to have. Sammy's voice versus Bronda's voice are so different and interesting. Like, Linkin Park definitely instilled like that dual vocalist, like, if a band has it, I love it sort of thing. And
Right.
this Just Friends is no different. Like the depth and like how interesting they can make these songs is really good. Brain Hurt Bad is a great track with some of the wildest fucking lyrics. Bronda keeps saying she has a wedgie. Sammy is like, the world's a dog and I'm just a flower. It lifts his leg up and give me a shower. Like, it's interesting because so many songs are about how epic I am and stuff. And this song is like, look how shitty we are.
Right, yeah.
He's like, I smell like shit. Like, what song is someone saying that? But yeah, even the opener, Zaza in the Sun, is just like perfect vibe setting opening song. So I think they hit it out of the park. I love this album. I'm a Just Friends #fan for life. Yeah, and Kevin, don't you know them sort of, or like they're local to you or something like that?
No, they're from the Bay Area, so.
Oh
they're
right,
not local,
yeah.
but-
They won't stop talking about the Bay Area. I should know that.
The Bay Area people love the Bay Area. That is across all music that's from over there.
Yeah.
But I knew about them for a while, so it's just like this record I was less into. Not that I think it was bad, but
Yeah.
it's like I was initially brought on to them for like their like Supersonic or Fever or
Yeah.
like Stupid, like the peppy like jock jam with
Yeah.
horn type stuff, and they just were like not really doing that on this one, which is fine. You know, they still wrote a lot of great songs, but I think they're a lot more like psychedelic pop punky, which
Yeah.
is generally not what I go for.
Yeah.
But they are still doing good things. I still support them 100%. Like, still glad that they made that avenue. I do hope that they go back to a little bit more of the like
Yeah.
fun, peppy stuff. But hey, you do what you got to do, and it is good. And it definitely is, like you said, a great summer record.
Yeah. I feel like they had a lot of rap influence on the first record they did, and that kind of faded away on this one, which is interesting. Like, I don't know. I like the rap stuff as well. I kind of feel the same. Like, it's different. But for me, I was like, okay, I'm cool with this. I like this.
No,
I'm for me, this is actually a little better. But yeah, great record. Happy.
Nothing wrong with
happy
that.
with it. Jackson, I do believe you have an album you want to talk about.
No.
Damn.
Yeah. Just the new Fromjoy album that came out this year too. Continuation of the EP that came out last year that I put in.
Day Dallas, yeah.
Yeah. That's one song from.
Oh, is that not what the EP is called? My bad.
But it's just a continuation of that sound, just drum and bass type song that's going through, and then all of a sudden just screaming vocals, guitars, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just saxophone playing. That hits so hard. First time listening to that, I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" The saxophone.
They had
All I
a
can say
feature
is
on
just-
there, right? Like the Iris.
Oh yeah,
EXE.
Iris.exe.
Iris.exe.
Yeah.
She
That's
was
the one that she's on is amazing.
Yeah. They've had history with each other. They've had
Okay.
other songs in the past where they've collaborated. Again, just a continuation of the EP, just more of what I liked. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
also
was a good
enjoyed it.
record.
Yeah.
Me too. I think it fell, where is it? 14 on my overall list. So
Nice.
yeah, I liked it a lot. I probably need to go back and revisit it, honestly. Because I think the one thing that I remembered, and it's funny that we brought them up just before this, like Sleep Token. From Joy should get a little bit of that paper, if you know what I'm saying. Because I feel like From Joy is kind of doing like the genre blending thing that Sleep Token does, but people just don't know them.
Yeah.
You know, in the same way, and it's just unfortunate. So yeah, hopefully From Joy can get some momentum and steal some of those I don't even know, what do they call Sleep Token fans? Like worshippers or whatever?
Fucking.
That, like, the cult shit is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
They call them. They call them Bad Omens fans.
Sleep tokens.
Fromjoy is like.
Anyway.
Fromjoy is like. Hoe scaring Sleep Token.
Yeah, totally.
From Joy fans, they're just called Chads.
Chaz.
But me and Jackson did get to see Fromjoy live this year.
Nice.
They came up to us and talked to us. They said they could recognize our voices, which felt so weird. Like
That's cool. Man.
Yeah. But it was really awesome to meet them. The vocalist was in the pit the whole time. I to this day am not really even sure what the vocalist's name is, or I might be following them. I have no idea. But they were in the pit just moshing around. They had a shirt that like said "fuck you" on the back or something. And I was looking at it all day because it stood out. And then they just walk up to me and they're like, "Hey, we're from Joy." Like, oh, and then they ripped the most fucking insane set, and it's awesome.
That's sick.
To be fair, we did have a few drinks while we were at that.
We got it.
As you should. I feel like some Joy music needs that.
Yeah, but it was so cool, so fun. Obviously had a little bit of Twitter drama this year.
Yeah.
That was
something.
I mean, that wasn't
stupid
directly from them.
They were getting directly attacked, so they were getting directly canceled. So.
I don't know. I feel like Hitbox said more controversial stuff.
Well, Hitbox says whatever they want. But yeah, that was a whole thing. I'm glad they weathered that storm. Whenever we do interview them, love to get into that whole debacle and to get their point of view on that shit. But
for sure.
Great year for From Joy. We're super happy with that album that came out. Docility, that song, the breakdown where he's like, starting to debilitate. Like, god damn, you gotta... holy shit.
You love it when an album has like a good, just like, this is a stank face moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Kev, let's move on.
What else we got? Number 3 for me was Danny Brown's Quaranta.
Nice.
The rapper, the eccentric motherfucker, great podcaster.
Excellent podcaster.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Dropped his follow-up to his old mixtape, Triple X, which he dropped when he was 30. Mm-hmm. Now that he's 40, we dropped Quaranta, which I've been waiting for a long time. Super like emotional record because the back half of Triple X was very emotional, and he kind of kept that going with this one, I think.
Nice.
All the production is done by The Alchemist, great producer. A lot of like weird, kind of like boom bappy, like odd sampled, odd time beats, and Danny handled his shit. It's really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I really need to dig into that because, like you said, his podcast is so fucking good. I mean, obviously, there's another release that I'm sure we'll talk about that he was on this year. I remember interviewing Pulses, you guys, like years ago, and y'all brought him up. Had no fucking clue who you were talking about, but I'm a great interviewer, so I just pretended like I did. But getting into him with the other album that came out this year, and then listening to his podcast, which one of the funniest fucking podcasts I've ever listened to. He has a story about this guy that comes into prison. He's in prison, and this guy that beat his ass, I guess, when they were both outside of prison. This guy ends up in the same cell as him or something. And Danny Brown is like looking at him and he sees his opportunity for revenge. So I guess he takes a mop or something and he's about to hit the guy. The guy grabs it and he says, he gave me 3 of these swift bitches in my chest and knocked me down. Like knocked the breath out of me. And I was crying laughing at work when he told that story. Obviously I just butchered the fuck out of it. You should just go listen to his show. But great fucking artist, person, podcaster. He went to rehab recently. I haven't caught up on the recent episode, so is he still going strong on that? Do you know?
He is. He is
That's
totally
awesome.
clean, like looking good, sounding good, still funny
Happy
as
for
shit,
him.
which is great. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, he was definitely going through it, and you can tell on that album. So
Yeah.
glad he's seemingly through it at this point.
Yeah.
Still like sober too now, like fully. Like he's
That's
not even
so
drinking
awesome.
anymore. So good for him.
Happy for him. Yeah.
Full straight edge.
Me too.
Straight edge,
Yeah. Straight edge. He goes
I would
triple X
listen.
except on the fist.
Okay, my next pick will be Waterparks intellectual property. Like I said, I'm in a pop phase of my life. I'm
Got
gonna
the
be.
cassette.
Yeah, I do have the cassette. It looks like the blue clear PlayStation 2 controller. It's awesome.
Nice.
This record is really fun. It's like 38 minutes or something. My preferred sort of album length. Poppy, great hooks. I can totally see an argument for saying this band is annoying as fuck. Like I had to get past how annoying they were a little bit to get into how much I like them, if that makes any sense. And
It does.
and I'm really glad I did, because I like Pierce the Veil a little bit, and I just fell in love with them a little bit. I'm not like I'm not in the fandom or whatever. I'm not a Parksy. I
Yeah.
joked about it before. I'm not a Parksy. I'm gonna be honest. But I really appreciated this album, and I can't wait to hear more from them, because they just have like a really strong pop sense while also being interesting. And I think that's kind of hard sometimes, to be poppy and interesting. But yeah, great hooks, fun listen. Jackson,
Do you want me to go through honorable mentions or just go straight to my tops?
just do your top.
All right. If you told me last year this guy would show up in my top 5, not my bottom 5, I thought you'd be insane.
Okay.
Like, I consistently rate this guy as like being one of the worst in the game.
Okay.
All of a sudden, like, he's my number 5 of the 2023.
Okay.
The only bad thing I can say is the awful AI art, but Lil Yachty, that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Let's start here. I thought, he does that, that falsetto thing that he does all the time. I thought that works really well with the psychedelic rock. The lyrics are more thought out. The guest features really complement well with him as well. Just wow, what a comeback! Especially since I think the other album he put out before that was pretty bad. And it was so bad he changed genres and became my number 5.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I didn't listen to that past the one listen for the show. But that's awesome that you liked it so much. I think Danny Brown, speaking of him, he said something on his podcast, like, back in the old days, like, you'd have to, like, build up a reputation to put out a record, and, like, you'd have to develop your sound a lot more than you do now. So he was like, we weren't even supposed to hear those first couple Lil Yachty records, like, this new record is like his real sound, sort of. That was his take on it. I thought that was an interesting. like a perspective to have, since he's like older. It's kind of interesting to me. But yeah, that's cool that you liked it so much.
Yeah.
I know he has like a brand of frozen pizzas that he does.
Lil
That's the other
Yachty?
thing. Like around the same time, he's got. You go to the frozen section, you'll see like the Stranger Thing pizzas, then the Lil Yachty pizzas. I thought that was pretty interesting too. Has nothing to do with the music. But
All right, Kev, let's try and wrap this up. I know we've been going long.
yeah, my phone's
Sounds
about to
good.
die. It's at 10%.
Number 2. My number 2 was PinkPantheress. What's that album called? Heaven Knows. That's right.
Nice.
I love that shit. You said you had a pop year. You definitely. I don't know. Did you listen to it?
I'm sure I listened to a single off it, like something that
Okay.
popped off.
Yeah, we did a single review.
Well, that was for the Barbie movie track she did.
Oh, yeah, that's
okay.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
this isn't all. I don't. Yeah, it's like that wasn't.
Yeah, I
on
don't think
the
it
album
was.
proper. Yeah, definitely listen to it because it's really fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
the front half is kind of like the stuff that you know from her,
Mm-hmm.
like the singles and everything like that. But the back half is like new territory, and I've been like replaying the back
Yeah.
half more than anything.
Cool.
Really, really cool stuff. It's just like she embodies like that little like pseudo drum and bassy production,
Mm-hmm.
very like light vocals, really catchy hooks. The beats are cool, and it's super good for like a night drive. So
Nice.
you know,
Yeah.
totally like I don't know. It's a vibe, and I really love it. Like there's really
Yeah.
no other way to put it, and she's great too. So
I've
good
been
record.
I've been watching YouTube videos recently where it's like driving at night during the rain in Japan. It sounds like the album would be perfect pairing with that.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out for my.
Specifically Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
That's the
though,
videos that
fuck
get
it.
recommended to me. All right, my next pick. I'm sure we've all listened to this. Briefly alluded to it. JPEGMAFIA, Danny Brown, Scaring the Hose.
Well, can I say
Yeah.
that was my number one pick of the year?
I thought the
I was
last one
hoping-
was your
I was
number one
hoping
pick.
I
I got
would get
confused.
to it.
I got confused. Oh well, I said it.
Okay. All right, talk about this.
Okay. So JPEGMAFIA, I had listened to a little bit before. His big stuff probably is what I could say, like Hazard Pay or whatever that song's called, and I hadn't, like I said, never listened to Danny Brown. So the first track, Lean Beef Patty, that came out, I was like, okay, this sounds interesting, but I don't really get it. Like, I don't understand Danny Brown. His vocals are weirding me out a little bit. But, like, when I listen to the whole thing and it all comes together, it's like, this is so fucking interesting to listen to. The verses are so fun. Danny Brown is, like, he's a fucking master, dude. Like,
He's just Master Shake.
His verses are really interesting. JPEGMAFIA is crazy on this album. His section of the Muddy Waters song, I fucking love his chorus. I love the "I'm black AOC." You can't touch me, or whatever he says.
That dude is nuclear.
Yeah. It sounds like he's calling down an airstrike on one of his vocals randomly. The song "Perfect," I love that song.
Yep.
It's one of the strongest Danny Brown songs for me on like Danny Brown sections on it. They get like a little weirder in the back half, which is cool. Like it's pretty much bangers up front and then weird stuff at the back, which I appreciated. The DLC that came out, I wasn't as into those songs personally. The Jewel Pod like fucking album art made me geek, but besides that, I wasn't as into it as the main stuff. But what a record! Scaring the Hose, the song is like the weird fucking horn section is so interesting, and when you look into it and like read how JPEG used this fucking weird little old producing machine for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck did he do that?
It's like some shit from the 80s. Like,
Yeah.
Really outdated.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll never use this again.
Yeah, the story's on his Bandcamp if you want to read it. Or I might put it on the screen here. What I definitely recommend watching the YouTube videos of like behind the scenes JPEG and Danny Brown working on it together, because that helped me with Danny Brown a little bit, getting to know him, and then I watched his podcast and like just them interacting is so joyful. Like I just love seeing them together. The podcast with them talking is one of my favorite podcasts of the year for sure. What do you guys have to say about it? I mean,
You took the words right out of my mouth.
songs you like? I mean, I only mentioned a couple.
I was gonna mention how the first track, Lean Beef Patty, I was kind of lukewarm on it. I was like, it's like a minute and something long, like not really fleshed out, but by itself, I can understand. But together, like it just fits so well. I like the dynamic of Danny Brown and JPEG coming together. They're like pretty different personality wise, but they just work so well.
Yeah.
But everything else that you said just took right out of my mouth. Number one of the year.
Your number one of the year.
Yeah, just really silly, really fun to listen to. Just banger after banger. DLCs, not my favorite, but they're okay. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm more interested in another full release from them.
Yeah.
Because I think that'll be awesome. Kev, what do you gotta say about it? Did I steal your number one too? I'm a little worried.
No.
Okay.
They're actually my number 8, but that's okay. It's a good number 8. I think it's just like the production is insane, like in both ways for me. And I think that's why it like takes it down. I'm like, I can only listen to this so much.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like, there's too much going on, but it's crazy. That one Kingdom Hearts song or whatever on there is, of course, I'm gonna love it. The samples are crazy on it. It's really good. JPEG and Danny Brown work really well together. Danny Brown's like my favorite rapper, so I mean, of course I'm gonna be down for this.
I'm sorry I stole your number one.
It's fine. I'm just gonna put an honorable mention.
Okay.
In my place. This one we talked about it briefly. It's an instrumental album. It's Kade Kalka.
Kade Kalka?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. Please.
What's the record called?
That I should do better research on that.
I remember that record. I mean, it's instrumental, so
yeah.
I didn't listen to it that much.
Bear with me. Just when everything changed.
When everything changed, yeah. So you enjoyed that one? You listened to it?
Just a full instrumental album. I kind of was reluctant to either put that or the new Giardina album. They're kind of both similar in both just how they have the album and also just how I would rate them. I would probably just give this one the advantage.
Okay.
Just full instrumental, just very funky, very fun to listen to. Most of my time when I listen to music, it's in my car. Just really fun to listen to with the extra bass that's included. Kind of hard to talk more about an instrumental album, but just really fun to listen to, like the melodies, like the production, the whole thing.
Awesome. So we're on number one for you, right, Kev?
Yeah, number one.
I'll do my number one next as well, and we'll wrap it up here. 2 hours.
Good. My number one is Initiate. It's a hardcore band. They dropped the album called Cerebral Circus. I love the art. It's great. It's like this purple girl thing that's drawn. Great. Just starting there. So just look at it.
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. But yeah, they're a hardcore band. Femme fronted, so you get a different sound, than most hardcore records or whatever. But it's really, really bright sounding riffs. Like, most hardcore is like either like fast or like dark or like heavy, like brooding. But like the first riff on it is like so bouncy. Like it's just like I didn't think you could really do that, like and be as successful with it. And then her voice is just very just like shrill kind of. It's one of those hardcore records. Not like a not like harsh, but just like it's higher, but I think it still has a little bit of a grit and power behind it. So it's really cool. There's like a good kind of like mix of hardcore styles on it, but it lays a little bit more straightforward overall. And then there's a song near the end where she just breaks out into like the one clean vocal section on the album, and like I first heard that, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the fucking, like, you did this shit. It's cool. Totally recommend it, like, for anybody that like listens to hardcore, because they're not that big of a band. Like, I had never heard about them. I think Matt put me on to them.
This was the first time I heard about them. Initiate? Is that their name?
Initiate.
Okay, cool. That's a cool name as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Girl.
Yeah, with the purple girl. That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
You're the purple people. Grimace.
Grimace shake.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was. It's been a long year.
Yeah, yeah, it really has.
Didn't even think about that at all. That was the time.
Bring the goddamn Grimace shake back. It tasted like purple. Yeah, I'm made out of Grimace shake now. All right, my number one album of the year. You're never gonna guess this one, fellas.
Is it? I can't guess. Go ahead.
It's a record from a band I've been listening to for a while. They had a great record in 2019 that I was over the moon for. They have a great mix of like injecting genre into their own genre. It's a little band called Pulses. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Not me thinking for like 2 seconds, like, who is this?
Yeah. I was like trying to give hints, but not be too obvious.
No, you did good.
But this, I mean, sorry, I'm going to talk about the record you worked on a little bit like you're not here, but this is...
Inflate his ego.
Yeah, this record is only 8, 9s, and 10s to me. Like, every song on it is powerful, fully... Like, the mix is fucking fantastic, by the way. I think Caleb did the producing on it. He did a fucking excellent job, because y'all have never sounded better. The soundscapes are incredible. Take a Look, Y'all is such a good fucking track. The record scratching, the rapping from Rockwood, Riz on Dynamite. I was blown away by that one. Not to mention Run the Ghouls, Different Strokes, and Loafers, the 3 singles. The run at the beginning of the album, if y'all had just done an EP of those songs, I literally would have been just as happy. But I get those songs plus more 8, 9, and 10 songs. Like, god damn. The song It Wasn't Supposed to Be Like This, that's like an R&B fucking... like cut randomly, and it's like, oh shit. And then But It Is has Carson Pace on it, and it's got like this really interesting like the whole message. Why are you plugging in your phone while we're recording? But the whole
I'm at 7%. I'm sorry.
Gotta do it.
the like message of it, like it wasn't supposed to be like it is, like that can be a good thing or bad thing depending on your perspective. Like, the message is so interesting to me. Fucking fantastic record, dude. And I'm gonna have to talk to you guys in an interview about it and gush even more and get into the details of every song, because there's so much I want to know and I want to talk about it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I honestly with Sierra, my favorite Sierra feature on one of you guys' song now, Up Late Like Toonami. Like, goddamn. Oh my god, the Jer song, the ending fucking breakdown where Matt is repeating those, the bird app told me I had to go. Like, oh my god, there's so many songs on here. I'm like, I gotta hear it live. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, Kupo, I think, is a track that might get might be passed over a little bit. Kupo is a good fucking track, guys. Like, I need to give Kupo some respect. I'll say that, because right. It's just like perfect throwback post-hardcore sound on that one. Yep. Yeah,
Thank you.
record of the year for me, 100%.
I appreciate
And I'd
that
say
a
that
lot.
if you weren't here, to be clear, I'm not glazing anybody. I don't need to
Right.
glaze anybody. We're friends already, all right?
Exactly. I appreciate that. It means a lot to hear like people just talk about it in a way that like it mattered to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
really cool.
And the album art. I love the album art with all that looks just like
Me
my
too,
room.
Same here though, honestly. Like I cleaned it for once, but it was pretty bad for a minute.
I love the edit Caleb did where it's the goofy like, damn bitch, you live like this.
This shit was crazy.
So yeah, I mean the pulses in general this year, you all have been popping off. You've been on every goddamn thing, and it's felt wonderful. 2023 was definitely the year of pulses, and I'm excited to hear even more from you guys.
Thanks.
But yeah,
Thanks so much.
I think that's our episode. A long episode.
Sorry, I messed up. I had one
fucking
more.
God.
My number 3 of the year.
Okay, end us off, man.
Shit.
All right. Number 3 was Use of Days.
Oh
with
yeah.
Black classical music. I had to double check to make sure it's the right album.
Yeah.
We did the review of a couple of singles.
Yeah.
One of them was Marching Band. You know,
I like that one.
I wanna be in a marching band.
Yeah.
Saxophone. That song was singing on that. I'd say this is my jazz record of the year.
Yeah.
I think jazz is probably my second most listened to genre. In my opinion,
cool.
It's like 20 songs, just filled with these like intricate, pianos, saxophones, and singing from Yusuf, and a bunch of features that he has. How you feel about instrumentals and long jazz progression? I know, like, but for me, it
I respect it.
For me, it's just all killer, no filler.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yep, that's all I'd say.
All right. This has been awesome. It's been so nice to talk to you again, Kevin.
Likewise.
Please, in the comments, anyone watching or on the podcast, I'm sure I'll put a little fucking Q&A thing on Spotify. Comment down some of your favorite albums of the year. I really want to see what people are listening to. Let us know if you liked any of the stuff we talked about. Definitely check out Pulses on Spotify, Bandcamp, anywhere streaming. You can follow Kevin at Antiquation on Twitter. And also follow Pulses on Twitter.
Pulses VA.
Yeah, Pulses VA. And we're on Twitter as well, unfortunately. Thanks for listening, watching. Thank you again, Kev, for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and follow Jackson at a rat fink bastard.
You don't have to. I don't post anything.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Later.